Skylanders. Love them? Hate them? You cannot deny that they were one of the biggest games of their time. But what if I told you that a lot of websites are suddenly reporting that a Skylanders collection is currently being remastered and coming out this year in 2023? And here's the thing, you wouldn't need any more figures, and you could play as many characters as you wish. But what if I told you that at the moment, the source that all of these big websites are using is about as solid as a snowball in Tahiti? Yeah, let's talk about it. What's up guys, Canadian Guy here, and back with a video that I had toyed around in my mind for a while, and is now kind of being forced. Kind of. Skylanders is probably one of the most polarizing IPs out there. It's right beside Breath of the Waifu. I mean Genshin Impact. You either love it or you hate it. The game, however, went dormant in 2017 after Imagineers didn't perform as well as expected, as well as the mobile game being shut down. Since then, we really haven't seen much of Skylanders beyond Easter eggs and random celebrations on its anniversaries. However, I was sent an article that seemed to report that Skylanders apparently was making a comeback, and after I was sent this article, more and more people started to report on it. Even sites with a giant verified status started to eat this story up and post about it. So I went down every article's rabbit hole, and this entire story is sourced off of this Reddit post. Yep, a Reddit post. Good start, right? So this Reddit post says and claims that they received a survey from Activision after purchasing Crash Bandicoot 4 to gauge interest in potential projects. They claim that they made a throwaway account to make sure that they don't get in trouble, and they took 2 screenshots of the apparent slides that they were given. The first slide says, "The Skylanders series is back. Play through Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, Skylanders Giants, and Skylanders Swap Force Remastered in HD. And for the first time in Skylanders history, no figures required." It also says the following potential title names, like Skylanders Anthology, Skylanders Portal Pack, and Skylanders Eons. And apparently, this potential title would have a Q4 release in 2023, so between September and December 2023. The next screenshot shows apparent mock-ups of the potential UI in the game. Now, like I said, the story has started to really blow up across the airwaves, so this is why I'm starting to talk about this now. Also, many of you asked me to talk about this over on Twitter, so here we are. Let's start with the obvious. This is a Reddit post from a throwaway account. The account has no backing and no support from previous leaks. The next thing is, do surveys like this actually exist? Do some companies actually send out polls and/or surveys to hear if people are interested in certain IPs or ideas? The answer? Yeah, they actually do. A prime example that comes to mind is Fortnite. When they send out surveys to ask what content people want to see in the following seasons, Nintendo once in a while does this too. Now, I have personally not heard of Activision doing this. Does that mean that they don't? No, it's just that they know I'm a loudmouth schnook. They would never ask me to do or fill out any of these things. Trust me, I make it known with what I want with Activision. Now, this post came with pictures, which must mean it's more valid, right? Well, this is where, for me at least, things begin to crumble. Here is the problem with the images that came with this post. They are all stupid easy to replicate. And I'm not just saying that, because I actually did it. Here's a time lapse of me doing it. In fact, the second set of pictures that I showed you were my replications and not the originals like I showed at the start of the video. Here they are side by side. I actually went through and recreated this post in Photoshop using extremely rudimentary tools like text, renders, and basic brush tooling. And I did not source anything from the leaks themselves. For example, all these renders are all on Google, and this image here is a press release image back when the game first came out, with the button colors swapped out for white. I remade these slides in about an hour and a half. I even made a new one with Crash, Banjo, and Spyro, along with just an absolutely ridiculous one with Mario, Master Chief, and even Patrick Bloody Star.
Where's the leak, ma'am?
Now, typically, I cover Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon content, but if you are interested in Skylanders or anything else that I just mentioned, make sure to subscribe to let me know that you want more Skylanders content. Anyway, back to the video. Now, does me recreating this mean that it is now 100% verifiably fake? Well, no. I'm just showing that these photos don't give the post more validity or credit. It just shows you that anyone who has access to any photo editing software can make something basic yet convincing enough to convince dozens of journalists and make them jump the gun. However, though I want to be open-minded, there's a couple of questionable things like the UI showing a blue X and using the term L3, which means that this UI is using a UI that's PlayStation based, but using what seems to be either an Xbox or Nintendo Switch button layout on the second image. I actually think it's Xbox because the buttons on the inside seem to be green. The second image is also literally a previous press released image, along with the buttons looking like they were a different resolution compared to the image itself. Another small issue is the registered trademark being really inconsistent when the word Skylanders is used on the first slide. And another small thing is every official branded Skylanders media that mentions Swap Force has the words swap capitalized, while this slide does not have that. Now, all of these things I just mentioned can actually be explained away. They aren't overwhelming details that completely kills this rumor. But there is one hurdle that I cannot get over when it comes to this post, and that is the apparent release date, Q4 2023. Actually, it's not the release date itself, it's the fact that there's a release date, period. If there is a release date for this alleged game, why is Activision sending out surveys to gauge interest? If it has a release date, it means it's in development. And not to mention, the release date is for this year specifically. So why are they bothering asking people if they would be interested if the game already got the green light and is in development and coming out this year? Are they suddenly going to cancel it if there's not enough interest? That's a big stupid waste of time and money. Now, let's really put the horse blinders on and somehow look past all of that. Let's say this is the most positive take you could possibly have. This person is being 100% honest. This is a 100% legit thing that happened, and these screenshots are 100% true, and it was all assembled by some amateur at Activision, and it was just a quick little mock-up just to get the idea out there, and no one was really paying attention. This is the most positive view you can look at it. Even in that extreme stretch of the truth scenario, it still doesn't confirm that the game is coming, because companies that do send out surveys are typically full of different ideas and IPs. There's been surveys where Nintendo asking what kinds of Pokemon games that you want to see, Sony listing off IPs and asking if you know them or are interested in them, and nothing comes from it. These surveys are meant to gauge interest in potential ideas or projects, but does not confirm if they are or aren't in development. Now, is a Skylanders comeback a possibility? Honestly, yeah, I do think Skylanders can come back in some way, shape, or form.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
I do think there is space for it, but I have a lot of thoughts behind that statement, and I might make another video talking about it at another point in time if you are interested. However, in regards to this specific post, even in the best case scenario, it does not confirm Skylanders coming back in any way, shape, or form at this point in time. What are your thoughts? Would you play with a toyless Skylander universe? Comment below and let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video and our live stream. Bye-bye!